last few stages of the field events, and now we go back for the men's 110-metre hurdles. Pausing at lane number 3. Kolomaznik of Czechia, ranked 45th in Europe this year. Manuel Mordi, he has in a brilliant European ranking, 14th, great form, not too far off his personal best, 2-time national champion. Matthew Sofia, 2-time European Under-20 Championship silver medalist in this event. Well, one time in this event, the other was in the 4x100 metres, actually. Second silver medal. Vidojkovic. Going in lane 8. Keep your eyes on lane 3. Kolomaznik, Mordi going in 4. Sofia in lane 6. 3 of the more experienced athletes in this field. In Germany, with an excellent record through the sprint hurdles for the women. Can Manuel Mordi continue that in the first heat of our men's 110-metre hurdles?
On your mark.
Warm conditions and a slightly longer hold once again. First 4 in each heat to qualify, and then the next 4 by time. So big opportunity for half of this field. Slightly kinder qualifying rules. Good start from Sofia of Netherlands, going really well, and now into their strides Mordi and Kolomaznik. It is the Dutch athlete who pulls away confidently. Clock stopping at 13:49, and it is Matthew Sofia across the line first. Manuel Mordi of Germany. Well, we'll be in a photo finish, and he does just get there on the line, taking the second spot. And it's the Frenchman, Thomas Lucas, a personal best time, while coming through very late indeed. Right out in lane 7, going under the radar slightly, and you can see just how far back he was, Alex, through those first few sets of hurdles.
Yeah, another carrying some heavy strapping, but the fight was on there. It was the Czechia athlete that he overtook, Jonas Kolomaznik. But Sofia, look at the determination, the focus that he's got coming through the rounds. Yeah, and would have seen some teammates qualify safely through earlier, like Insikak Ekpo in the men's 100 metres, safely through to those semis later. There's the photo finish. You can see, wow, that's how close it was between Wilks and Kolomaznik. We'll see Enzo Diessl, perhaps the favourite, going in heat number 3 in a moment. But first, we have Oliver Mulas of Italy, Stefan Števko, Czechia. This is Francisco Marquez of Portugal, improving to 13.68 this year. Oren Karnivsky of Israel, Rajko Kar of Estonia, then Eli Bakari, as mentioned. And here's Strahinja Radakovic, Serbian. Represented his country at the World Under-20s and European Under-20s 2022 to 2023. He's one of the few who haven't gone sub 14 seconds in this heat. Quite a range on personal best. We're about to see here between 13.34 for Bakari, the fastest, and 14.30, so almost a second, which is quite a lot in the 110 hurdles. A reminder that it's the top 4 going through to the semis and next 4 time qualifiers. So a reminder of the lineup with Mulas, Štefko, Marquez, Karnivski, Kar, Bakari, fastest in this field, and then Radakovic in lane 8. So Bakari left a little in the blocks, Little's clattered by Radakovic just next to him. As the man in white and yellow starts to pull away, Bakari the Belgian. Big gap there to Mulas and to Marquez. 13.74 on the clock. So yeah, another athlete who didn't have to be at his best, but still looks pretty dominant out there, you'd have to say.
Yeah, not too dissimilar to the performance of the 2022 World Under-20 bronze medalist Matti Sofia in that first heat. Very confident performance indeed. Looking very cool with those sunglasses on, just gliding over the barriers. Mulas, March, already confirmed as the two others going through. We will have a fourth. Take a look back at the replay and see if we can spot who it will be. Still on the track side timing system as well. We haven't had that. Now we do. Štefko taking the fourth automatic qualifying spot. And now the rest will have to wait, but it is only 4 of the next fastest to go through. Quite tight outside of the automatic. 4 from each. You really need to make the most of the race you're in. So improving his season's best, Sammy Ball. Can he get back to that personal best height of 2 meters and 3? Wow. Staring down the track, we have our next heat of the men's 110 meters hurdles. Gonzalo Lambolena of Spain, second age group championships for him. A huge talent from Great Britain. Daniel Goriola, 3-time national university champion. Reached the semi-finals of the World Under-20s, but DNF in that race. Enzo Diessl, European Under-20 champion in 2023, in personal best form this season. Born in Argentina. Moving to Austria when he was very young. Made the repechage round in the Olympic Games. And tasted success in the European Team Championships. Second division. Brilliant battle that Austria were in, and some big performances for the Austrian that weekend in Maribor. Remember, the first 4 qualifying automatically.
On your mark.
He'll go in 8, Nevzhin 7, Vermut goes in 6, Diessl in 5, Lamdial in 4, Goriola in 3, Lambolena in lane 2. Third heat and the men's 110 meter hurdles.
Set.
Good start from the Austrian, as you'd expect. Well matched though by Vermut of Finland, but now he starts to pull away. He's really into his running, and he is a class above the rest in this field, and pulls the brakes on as he comes across the line. Enzo Diessl, well, it's a very, very confident performance. It's a statement. He was so far ahead of the rest. 13.44. Lambolena taking the second automatic qualifying spot. It was a very quick start for the Finn next to him, but just faded. He couldn't keep and match the stride of the Austrian, who in that bright red kit wearing the blue number of European leader at under 23 level. Cruising in the end, Alex.
Yes, it looks like just the 4 will go through from this heat, because the 14.22 for 5th place is outside the 14.12 target time by 10th. There was a fall there for Eduardo Neves. Looked like quite a nasty one just out of picture here, so hope he's all right. I think he did manage to get across the line in the end. Certainly has at least got up and walked away.
You have to say, this one of the events where you could see a championship record fall.
Yeah, for sure. So it's been stood for 10 years to Christian Husong of Germany, the European champion in 2018, 65-60 in Tallinn 10 years ago. Okay, on to this fourth heat of the men's sprint hurdles. Teo Pedre, one of those to watch out for. Looking at the US Van Helmont of Netherlands. This is Fabio Kuchler, Switzerland. Made the semi-finals of the European Under-20s a couple of years ago.
On your mark.
So there is Pedro, European indoor semi-finalist. 13.49 he's improved to. Van Helmont, also a semi-finalist in 2023. Has to progress through this heat though first. Behinsky, Pedre, Perez, Asserson, Novakovic, Nolan, Van Helmont and Kuchler. NS in lane 4 for Asserson. So no sweep there. But Pedro looking very strong over these barriers initially. Van Helmont also pretty clean in the orange of the Netherlands. And Kuchler trying to chase them down. Photo finish on the line, 13.64. As Pedro was easing up, Van Helmont still powering across that line. Still, they both will make it through. Pedro did still hold on. Van Helmont also comfortably through. So, yeah, 14.12. Believe remaining that target time.
Even, wasn't it, over the first three barriers, and then Pedro pulling away. He was well matched on this near side. Took a look to that side. He knew that that was where Van Helmont was and the threat would come from, but comfortably qualified. A pair of them. We're still waiting for confirmation of who is the next two over the line. There has been a photo finish as well for third and fourth. Ukrainian finishing strong, as was Fabio Kuchler of Switzerland, right in this near side, lane 8, and it does look like the Swiss man has taken, just you can see there, taken the third qualifying spot, no doubt about qualification. Ewan Sinner going in lane 2, European Under-23 bronze medalist in 2023, ranked 16 in Europe. And Bergen going in lane 4. Bassai goes in 3. We just skip past him. National Under-23 champion. I feel that the quicker times in this one will come from those first 3 lanes, so 2, 3 and 4. Jamie Sesse of the Netherlands, though, the European Under-23 Championship silver medalist in the 4x100 in 2023. He goes in lane 6. Well, it does look like lane 6 is empty. It is indeed with past in the lineup. So, eyes on lane 2, Sinner, Bassai in 3. Van Negen. 4. And, well, we have our first false start. Taken a while, Alex. We got all the way through the women's 100-metre hurdles. Majority of the way now through the men's 110. And first time we've heard the second gun go off and the athletes recalled.
Well, Van Negen is the one with that negative reaction time. Let's have a look here.
Definitely movement, wasn't there in the blocks?
Yeah, definitely movement.
19-year-old, youngest in this heat. We've got two 19-year-olds going in this fifth heat. Nervy weight now for Van Negen. Seems the officials have made their decision. Personal best form this season, 13.60. Well, the green card is shown. We're just having a brief word with Van Negen. We will continue with all the athletes who made their way out to the blocks. Of course, missing lane 6 and Jamie Sesse of Netherlands. Sinner in 2, Basai 3, Van Negen 4, Kilko 5, Diessl in 7, Felber of Hungary, the other 19-year-old in this competition, going in lane 8.
Set.
Keep your eyes on Owen Sinner of France, going in lane 2. He's not far off his personal best this season. He's come very close indeed, and he has the lead. And is powering over the barriers. Joined by Van Negen now. They'll be the first two over the line. Van Negen may have even got there on the line, as Owen Sinner put the brakes on. First 4, of course, qualifying through to the semi-finals. Clock stopping at 13.81.
Quite as entertaining as they came across the line there. You can certainly afford to do that in a heat when qualification's quite comfortable. Sinner then right on the inside here. And Belgian athlete Van Negen. A little bit of fortune there, I feel. Sometimes on the replay, you're not quite sure how far the movement is within the starting phase, but reasonably late there. But, you know, as long as we're consistent, and if we're ever so slightly lenient consistently, then I think the athletes will be quite pleased with that. You can see his chain's almost in his mouth there.
Such a quick start out the blocks, wasn't it, for Sinner? Powerful start, and just pulling up on the line, just throwing the brakes on. Been given the same time, but Van Negen given the victory in that fifth heat. Basai taking third. Kilko. Got time for the semi-finals of the 110 hurdles. Konivsky of Israel going on the inside lane. Simon Basai of Poland goes in lane 2, his first age group championships. Theo Pedra, European indoor semi-finalist, who was the youngest in the competition in Apeldoorn. Eli Bakali, the national indoor champion, going in lane 4. Lambolena of Spain goes in lane 5. Mulas representing Italy going in lane 6. Kolomaznik. Wave, a big smile on his face. He goes in lane 7. Vladimir Klitko of Ukraine going in lane 8. This is second age group championships now. The two fastest in the field, side by side. Theo Pedra and Eli Bakali. Also competed at the European Indoor Championships in Apeldoorn. Always a championships that sees national federations give big opportunities to the youngsters in their squads. A lot using it as a really good development opportunity. So the first two across the line to qualify. And then the next two fastest non-automatic time qualifiers underway in the first of our three 110-metre hurdle heats. Is a good start for Bakari. Pedro going well. These two side by side. Surely they'll be the two. Bakari just pulling away, and the Frenchman will get there over the line. Moulas was finishing fast. Was it fast enough? 13.66 for Bakari, who is straight over to the camera. Big Q next to his name. And Theo Pedro, he did just get there on the angle as we're looking down. Moulas was finishing quickly, not quick enough. Straight over for his post-race interview. Of course, not just the on-track experience, we should say, that these junior athletes get. We'll take a look back. It's the Spaniard, Mamboleno, who's been given the second position, or the third position, I should say. And the Italian was finishing quickly, Moulas. He'd left himself far too much to do. Working really hard over the last two barriers, and Mamboleno just getting there ahead of him. So we'll keep our eyes, of course, on that time.
Yeah, some desperate athletes doing everything to dive across the line there. Just behind, those women's hurdles semi-finals were fantastic, and these always the potential to be just as exciting, maybe slightly more chaotic with the higher heights. Bakari clattering one or two.
Well, now our focus goes back to the track and the second semi-final in the men's 110.
This is Rasmus Vehma of Finland, his twin brother Kasperi on the long jump. They've done that right up from under 18 level. On to Francisco Marques of Portugal. This is Thomas Wilkes of France, 13.73 this year for the Frenchman. But Enzo Diessl, the main man to watch here. Big chance of gold for Austria, 13.20 at best for the European Under-20 champion. This is Manuel Mordi of Germany. He's won back-to-back national titles. Jos von Hellemont, semi-finalist at Under-20 level 2 years ago. On to Stefan Stefko, 13.87. He's improved to this year. Marcus Moberg of Sweden goes on the outside, semi-finalist, Tallinn 2021 at Under-20 level, and indeed at the World Under-20s 3 years ago. So watch out for Diessl, the red of Austria from 4. Vehma, Marques, Wilkes, then the Austrian Diessl, Mordi, von Helmont, Stefko, and Moberg. Very tight on qualification, top two going through to the final. So Diessl there in the centre, closely matched with Wilkes, now tries to speed away. Fantastic hurdling, so too from Helmont and from Mordi as well, trying to get that second spot behind Diessl. He motors his way into the final, 13.48 on the clock. And was kept on his toes there. Was made to be honest. Mordi is another German who gets that second spot. Oh, I do feel it's something in their coaching. They've been told, run right through the line, go right until the end, be the one that gets there on the dip. You don't want to be beaten in that circumstance.
Well, you could see the way he celebrated as soon as he came across the line. Is it because he knows that that was quick, a season's best time, of course, but also just that desire, and you really feel it. Of course, we're looking over the results and as they come through in the men's discus throw, but there's certainly lots of positivity in this German camp at the moment, and they are thriving on it. looks to one side, points to the sky. He knows that that was a really important run and has booked his place in the finals.
So the time for third and fourth is faster than the two 13:84 clockings that we had a moment ago. So it means that Van Helmont and Wilks, 13:62 and 13:75, are both faster than the 13.
As we go back to the track for our final 100 hurdle semi-final. Novakovic of Serbia going in lane 1. Daniel Goriola, the British champion, goes in lane 2. Excellent athlete to watch. Matthew Sofia, the 2022 World Under-20 bronze medalist. Fabio Kuchler goes in lane 4, and the Swiss fans respond. Zeno van Negen of Belgium, really big Belgium contingent as well, now making a lot of noise. Owen Sinner, European Under-23 bronze medalist. He's the only returning medalist in this competition. Yanshki of Ukraine. Ontsios of Greece on the outside, just missing part of his bib slightly.
On your mark.
So the first two qualifying automatically through to the final. And then the next best time currently sits at 13.62 and 13.75. There's 4 in this heat who are capable of going under that. Poised and ready to go. Eyes on Goriola in 2, Sofia in 3. Owen Sinner in lane 6. And it's a really good start from Matthew Sofia. Flying away, he's left Goriola in his wake. Van Negen going well. Sinner is there, and will Sinner just get there ahead of Van Negen for the second automatic qualifying space? Sofia taking the victory. 13.48 the clock has stopped at. Running into a -1.4 headwind. Well, Matthew Sofia is so quick out of the block, such a powerful athlete. And Goriola just left in his wake, those two side by side. Owen Sinner, the bronze medalist from 2023, will have an opportunity to get back on the podium once again. And just looking at the times, Van Negen has he just done enough? I think he may just have. So the final non-automatic qualification spot will go to the Belgian athlete. And Van Helmont of semi-final number 2 will take the other non-automatic qualifying spot. Join Diessl, Mordi, Sinner in the final, Kali as well, of course, from that first heat, first semi-final I should say.
Yeah, so Sofia there, just 5 thousandths faster than Diessl, both with 13.48. And of course, final coming up at 7:30 local time. Plenty of time for the sprint hurdlers. Cool down, but stay ready. Ludovic Payat also winning for the French in 2017. This is Van Negen of Belgium. See, they've also got 2 athletes in this. Onto Ter Pedra, European indoors semi-finalist. Matthew Sofia, very, very strong in his semi-final. World Under-20 bronze medalist. over to Enzo Diessl, the favourite here. 13.20 this year, the reigning European under-20 champion. Manuel Mordi, he's won back-to-back German titles. And Eli Beccari, a new national record over 60 hurdles this year. Focus looking Erwan Sinner, European under-23 bronze a couple of years ago. That double podium for the French. And Joris van Hellemont, semi-finalist at European under-20 level, but progressed since then and now is here to fight for medals. (13.22) was the championship record time of Sasha Zoya in Finland in 2023. It may not have escaped your attention that the personal best of Diessl, 13.20, so just a fraction faster. Who might challenge him? Matthew Sophia has been very close. So Van Negen, Pedra, Sophia, Diessl, Mordi, Beccari, Sinner, then Van Hellemont, the men's 110 metres hurdles final. So's Diessl in the red from lane 4, but Sophia got a much better start, leaving him behind and still in the orange, in the lead. But now Diessl power through, Sophia down, and Diessl over the line. 13.46 on the clock. Well, he had to put together a clean race. We said that he was kept on his toes in those semi-finals, and Sophia would have to be at his best. He got a fantastic start, but as we know in these hurdles races, sometimes there's cruel luck. You can pay the price. What seems so unfortunate. Van Negen showing us getting the silver medal with a personal best. First time sub 13.60, and Beccari the bronze. Oh, what a result for the Belgians. And just 0.02 between them. Let's have another look at what happened to Matthew Sophia first of all here.
Well, he made such a good start, didn't he? And was pushing ahead of Enzo Diessl, but here's where it started to go wrong, and then roly-polying through that second to last barrier. It's so disappointing because he was right up there in amongst it, and side by side with the man wearing the blue bib, stumbling over one hurdle, completely wiping out the next. And you want to see in these races those battles going all the way to the end and the line, and unfortunately we didn't get that today. But
what a story for Austria. Their first gold since 2003. And that came in the steeplechase for Martin Pröll. Only other gold was in 1999. In the same event, the steeplechase for Gunther Weidlinger. So third ever is quite extraordinary, but Enzo Diessl was a big contender for them. Topping the standings in the final, getting the gold medal.